90.
How many people were in it? More or less.
The Tibet meeting. It was the National Council of Arago, so it could have been about 60 people. Because by then the organization has had its victories, minor victories, the Northern Transvaal bus boycott, the OJs, the Ray Charles, whatever.
I was trying to get back to the meeting before the organization was formed.
Or at Shawela Lutheran Church, 5 days after the burning, about 20 people. About 20
It's critical for me in the light of what I was saying.
20 people. But what will be critical is that when Azapo was formed, 61 people, not one more. It was 61 people. Amongst them, it included Tutu, it included Dr. Motlana, it included the Tatotama Estinti, Lybon, Tatele Hotlo. So when Azapo was formed, actually, there were only 61 people who attended. The most positive aspect was the fact that we are forming an organization and we are committed to forming an organization in the tradition of the Black Waters movement. The leaders, some few leaders of the Black Waters movement who were in the leadership had actually been released. I'm not going to use name, but they didn't come to the formation of Azapo. It took us at least 4 to 5 years to be able to bring the first layer of the Black consciousness leadership to join us up. Ntate Kenny, who was president of the PPC at the beginning, came to Azapo in 1984 and became chairperson of the Transvaal of the Transvaal, Vice President Transvaal. Comrade PC Jones came, his burning order expired in 1982, so he came in 1983. Tom Mantata, who was very, very top in the Black Water and a confidant of Steve Biko, and he has lost his sight now. Never joined us up. Malusi Mpumlwani, who was not only a brother-in-law of Steve Biko, but a close associate with Biko, did not join us up. And we can count a lot of people. Suddenly they found reason to justify why they cannot be in this movement. So the linear story, airing jumping from BPC or SASO. Well, SASO and BPC is linear. It's the same. It's formed by the same people, but the formation of Azapo is formed actually by the second tier of the leadership. It's not formed by those who were exactly in the leadership of the Black Consciousness movement. I was only convener for community development in the PPC in Riso, which was the Reef, Reef, it was this whole area, Johannesburg and so on. And immediately we appeared in Chaba of the ANC, that our militants in South Africa have defied the regime. And if you go back and look for Chaba, April, you'll find that. And the PAC pasted us up in their walls in Tanzania. Our young lions in South Africa have formed an organization and they have used the name Azani. And so we were both PAC, we were both ANC, and at that time, no, the BCMA had not actually been formed. We actually took Comrade Bani Pichani and say, Samang ways are show that outside there is an organization, because revolution cannot be carried out without an organization, and above all, because it has become clear for Tate Boko Mafuna, those who left earlier, that our place does not really exist in the ANC and the PAC. And we then said, but we were organizer, and the Comrade Musala will talk about when things were not working very well. Bani Pichana went to a congress which he led, and he left the organization, and the following day joined the ANC.
The story I like is that when he arrived, I fetched him from the airport in London when he arrived, and I had a beret with a pin with the face of Marx on it. And he immediately told me there's no place for Marx.
The consciousness.
Take that pin.
So anyway, that's what happened. We then decided, we held another meeting where KG, Semiko Bata, and others were present as the leadership of ASAP. Ish and I were always the extended leadership, never with a patriotic front, because we were not supposed to be in meetings. We were banned, but we were actually attending almost 90% of the meetings. We then said we need to send somebody. And the comrades in prison, Sat Cooper and others said, well, there was a guy here called Usumdili Mangena. I think maybe try him to send him to go and try to organize. We actually sent Mangena. We organized his passport, not only organized his passport, organized driving, also made a passport. Still something still the face that appeared was his, the name that was on that passport was Comrade Manfred Dien, who was our comrade. It's a long story. We sent them. The meeting was held at Comrade Musala's place in Botswana. We were less than 10. We appointed him chairperson.
You didn't tell me they were holding a congress.
It was a mini congress. And the rest of the story. So what we are saying is that at the present moment, ANC, it will never really accommodate the Black Conscious movement. PAC, it will never really accommodate the Black Conscious movement. ASAPO is not quite sure whether it's Black consciousness or quasi-ANC and so on, despite what they say. From what we see and observe is that the last year there was even some talk that now bazasifaka nathi. Now as Funukfakwa, we want to fight for the correct political space, because over the years that's what we have done. I would not want to waste a lot of time. I would want to say there is no doubt that the Black consciousness movement need to reorganize and reassert itself. If we talk about, and maybe Comrade Mukwape will talk about, fact of the matter is that there's a huge space that has been opened. And if we are revolutionaries worth our salt, it will be almost disastrous for us of not taking advantage now and reorganizing our movement. When we were moving towards comrades, I know that there was a meeting here in Gauteng, and we even decided that in this area we want 100 people, in this area we want 100 people, in this area we want 100 people, and so on. And we think those things would have been possible. But we thought we should really have an organization. And this meeting today might provide us with a chance of knowing what is it that we have. We are going to have Congress. We have already started building an organization and declared in Velcom that there is an organization. But as Bonen Yempera is now, let's ask ourselves today, do we have people in the East? Do we have people in Limpopo? Do we have people in Northern Cape? So that sends a long saving. So that Umasia, if we go to Congress Bangeko, we should have a strategy that what is it that we are going to do so that those people from those areas know and participate in the building of our organization. I'm extremely hopeful. I believe if we continue, we are the only people, in reality, we are the only Black consciousness. Because we were there. ASAPO is a good organization, maybe, but nobody holds the history as ASAPO. ASAPO did not start in 1994. That is a fact. And that is the reason that ASAPO will not talk about anything prior to 1994. And ASAPO is an organization from 1978 to 1994. And we'll keep on proving that by time and again. This week we are going to put a post of Comrade Musala, talking about socialism. The post-1994, ASAPO says no, it's socialism. Who Aboneville Alexander 13 June 1983, because they don't know that on the 1st of August 1980, Musala had an interview where he said ASAPO is a socialist organization. So we'll keep on putting the true perspective. And we think basically as our president Bradford was introduced as president of ASAPO. So uma wasafuna no strike uyewa lapha uyimiwati. I have sent Comrade Musala to Bradford. So maybe they have dreams that by us too. Our door has not been closed. But actually, the truth is they know nothing about us. And we refuse to fight against ASAPO because ASAPO, if you it, I am ASAPO. My card was ASAPO was 0001. I was the first member of ASAPO, and I still regard myself as representing the heritage of ASAPO more than anybody in ASAPO.
Before you sit down, when I arrived back in the country, there was a new putting together of us in terms of organization. You and Comrade.
You arrived when, because you arrived many times.
That's why I'm not telling you. These things are not over. The day I die, some of these files will come out. You and Seth Cooper pitch up Cape Town. You were driving.
Yeah.
You were not flying. You were driving. But you're moving around the country. The point of this item here is that there's work we need to do, and we need to learn a little bit on under those circumstances of the early 80s. How did you guys? What are the things we can learn from? Sorry.
That has been the most painful thing, and I can see whether like this one. Rona, we did much of the work out of absolute sacrifice. We would hike, we would go by train, the comrades lately, and we saw the poison. I remember we discussed that Lybon then, when free buses became a norm from our detractors, when free t-shirts became a norm from our detractors, and our comrades started saying, why Runa is not t-shirts are mahala? Why Runa is mahala? Forgetting that on October 21st, 2 days after the beginning of the organization in 1977, Hans Kleinschmidt held a congress where he said, this is the end of the Black Consciousness in the Netherlands, and urged organizations not to continue to support the Black Consciousness movement. After you comrades stood up against Kennedy, Ntate Tutu stood at Regina Mund and said, I'm going to campaign effectively that your organization should not get resources. Now, our comrades refuse to understand that. But they want to judge themselves on the basis of Amafara. We do not have resources. Comrade just briefly touched on the fraternal spirit of our one comrade of ours who said, I can bear the responsibility of your comrades. Runa, if you will have to have money, would have to depend on you. Would have to depend on your efforts. You'll have to revive that which we had taught you earlier, to take a letter, go to a shop, or go to fraternal spirit and say, we have the Congress, Stellan sees. If you do not take that responsibility, we will never have money. I get the weight of what you mean, that let the one who has a pin bring the pin, the one who has a shirt bring a shirt, the one who has a hoe bring a hoe. At the moment, we are appealing to you, which is letani loku any naso, for us to take the revolution forward. One of our weaknesses is that we stand in the mirror. We see Amafara. We never see ourselves. It's you who are ome pamwe mirror, but you are not seeing yourself. Ubona ma millions. Ubona ama basho mahala. Ubona. If we take responsibility, these things can be. And I have said, people fund their fears. I say that every day, Master Anama. People fund their fears. When they feared us a lot, Comrade Munama could go anywhere, and we have the organization, they take money, They are not funding him because they are funding their fear with him. They are organizing corporate when City Funeral Parlor gave us 50 rand must be money. We just said, he wrote 5,000 because they were funding their fears. Build the organization in your community, take control. When that is in place, funding is possible. If you don't do that, we're going to have a problem. We got disrupted, but we had actually started at that level. Our disruption was huge. Conferences of Taylor. When Star Clinical was still in Dobsonville, they actually called me. They were not calling me because I was a Muslim, but we are bringing Cry Freedom, Sifuna to give the money to Azapo. We are doing this and this. And people who didn't know why people were doing that, they held a meeting. No, why about Lybon? They sent Muntuabo. What happened? They didn't get a cent. That was closed. City Funeral Parlor, when we had the 1995 Biko Memorial, they funded everything almost to 200,000. From there, no, Lybon and Msala cannot talk to Puru. When they went for the city, should fund who's the comrade law to Chulanuku. Anyway, when they a very prominent and city said one fund. Yeah, from Middleland. So that's how it works. People fund their own fears.
Please keep talking.
About what? So maybe that's the point we need to make. If we take responsibility, we'll build this organization. Konamanji, I'm sure when Comrade Msala talked, he said, Congress, part of why Congress should not take place is that in the provinces and the structures, nobody told us that they got a cent. All of them were saying, the presidency, because they think the presidency is the ANC yard. Yeah, no, simply put, they think, like in the ANC, the president will produce money. Mina, I think if we change things, we'll go far. And it won't take a long time for the attitudes of change. But it means all of us must take responsibility of rebuilding our organization. One of the other things we need to do is you don't build by 200. Don't get impressed by Umalema Atiena. He has never addressed 3 people. The way of revolution is that you address 1 person, you address 2 people, you address 3 people. In the area of Satani, if they will meet, in the Lane level, in Zima, let's talk to 1 person, let's talk to 2 people. We used to travel very long distances, and out of those places, sometimes it's said today that we can't bring a bus from Kwako. Congress CDF events. How many buses did we have from Kwako? 6 from Kwako. Konamaji, both Tina and can't even feel a good at Kwako. We went to talk, we were talking to 1 person. Limpopo, we used to say, it's our strongest hold. We brought 11 buses in the CDF. Konamanje, abantu bazodisrupta ama elections in their organization. 3 buses are enough. They bring 3 buses, but disruptive, yes. But ama bus are 3. They disrupt ama bus are 3. So in KwaZulu, in Cape Town, we used to be able to bring 2 buses, 3 buses from Cape Town. It's far and it's expensive. So I see the principle is let's talk to 1 person. Let's talk to. Why are you losing out when in all tertiary institutions, a PAC is eating out of you? Because PAC was extremely, very extremely hostile to the use of the word black. Absolutely, totally hostile to the use of the word black. Enough to change a black working class to what? African working class. Everywhere, every time, we are Tuka, I'm not black, I'm an African. But because the teachings of the Black Waters movement are so strong in the tertiary institutions, EPAC, EPUSHA, EBC, PA philosophy, they are now black. And you are not able to attack that because you are not organized. I don't see why we don't have so many structures of Black Waters movement in the universities, because Akuna University which you would go to where people do not say their Black consciousness, except of course it has been corrupted. Mount you have Black consciousness, our Fumi socialism, our Fumu Marx, that's not what Black consciousness said, but that's what the truth is, that the space for the Black consciousness movement is open. Insimu inkulu idinga abaningi.
Thank you very much for that. I'm going to allow a discussion on this because it's important. It's really, really important. Let me first welcome Gauteng. He was talking about Islam. He was saying, now we are not afraid to get into a taxi and into a bus to get to the business. And I'm pleased to announce that you've been walking from the station. Comments, please engage. Yes. It was critical. As we build towards Congress, I want to keep the Congress theme. As we build towards that Congress, whenever we're going to have it, please engage. We need 10 minutes to engage. I'm conscious of time. There are people who need to leave by 5, not from here. Their bus leaves back.
Yeah, on the question of fundraising, maybe one wants to ask a few questions. How do we?
You don't want to leave it for the funding.
No, he was talking about it, so he said I must respond.
So I'm just asking you whether you don't want to until we actually address funding itself. Yeah. We are on organization and organizing. Those two elements. Yeah.
I think, comrades, we are shooting ourselves in the foot only if we have to use the experience of ASAPO formation as a good example to emulate in forming an organization. My point is a mixed blessing because it's only concentrating and focusing on ASAPO. It's good only for us to pat ourselves in the shoulders to say that this is our product that we built. But I think there are defects as well. Defects that lie in not understanding the modalities and the many factors that became a breeding ground for formation of other like organizations like UDF, like a unity movement, like the re-emerging of PAC. That means that there are some of the things that we may have left out during that process to bring life to those organizations. I think the political situation in the country with the formation of all these organizations that we have drives the point home to say that it may be a defective route to only look at what we think we can actually tend to be busy and not look at what we think is difficult for us to actually infiltrate or to actually take. The fact of the matter is that we know that in universities.
No, don't give a speech now. Give a response.
All right.
I've heard the core of the response.
All right.
But I want you to move beyond and actually advise on what other things. He was just starting the topic. So we're not stuck
well,
on
I'm
what
not-
we say. I want
Yes.
you guys to also bring out.
I'm also
ideas.
trying to say that whilst we must not be critical of the experiences that we personally know, let's try new things. Let's look at other organizations and see how they work in order to work to be where they are, and what works for them, and what we think we can emulate to get to where we want.
Let's start. But also to add to what you're saying. Now my point about why I asked you to was to look at the circumstances. How do you put together a movement in the circumstances in which you are? Now that was formed. It could only be formed then, and the circumstances were those circumstances. I'm saying here we are. It's busy all the way, but he's saying there was no linear historical process. In each era, he was there, he formed the BBC alone. The two of them, not just BBC. Him and Seth Cooper formed the BBC. Okay, Steve Biko was saying no, and the others, they were refusing. And these guys fought Congress to give them the mandate to form BBC. When AZAP was formed, I was outside and I said, no, we don't need AZAP. I was one of those who was opposed to the formation of AZAP. So the circumstances are different all the way through. The challenge to this meeting here is we are in the process of reforming the PC movement, the PCM in particular. We've taken that decision. And what are the circumstances in which we're doing it? What do we learn from the challenges they faced to form a movement with the challenges in the circumstances that we're in? So I appreciate the point. One of the issues, what you're saying is look at other organizations and not just on our own history. Where did I see Tower? But our other faiths, then I move away from that point. Because then coming to what who we have spoken first, will talk to us about the specific political vision for this movement and what has brought us here. What's going to be drawings? What's happening out there? Where are our people now? What is the configuration of political formations broadly? He said earlier on, nationally and internationally. Where are we? What is the political vision? And the time is 10 minutes, he took 40. Because he was eating into some of your time. Yes, tell us. In that order. I can't remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there was a 4 this time.
When Comrade Lybon was speaking, he reminded me of one thing that we did in the past. There's usually an area we ignore when we organize because we talk to ourselves. We never talk to the people we want to serve. The one thing that we did do, or I was taught to do, was in communities identify influential people in that community. Go to them individually, and I think that point was made. So that what you begin to do there, you begin to build credibility about what you intend to do. Because those people are influential. When it comes to fundraising, for instance, it is easier either to go to them directly or to use them to go to the next person. Right? Also, it is easier to get them to support your initiatives. Because remember, nowadays, when you start something new, people look at it very skeptically. Is it another one? Are they not going to split again? And I think we have lost that bit of expertise in our way of organizing. Second, I think the whole question that Comrade Lybon raised about we funding ourselves is very, very critical. But we are also in a different set of circumstances where we will probably not have, what do they call it? Free money is the term they use. But we need to start thinking disposable cash. But we must also think about things that we can do within our own community that will raise funds for our movement. And there are quite a number of things that we can think about. And I would also think perhaps this committee will be thinking about a fundraising committee that we can actually input, ideas as to how that can be done. So that you do have a situation where when you raise funds, you actually can raise funds on the basis that you actually have your own. People will ask you, if you want 10,000, how much do you have? You say, I don't have anything. Nobody's interested in it. But if you go there and say, I need 5,000 because I have 3, they begin to take you seriously. That's the way I want.
Thanks for this. When Comrade Lybon spoke about the notion of the black consciousness pan-Africanism that is prevailing in tertiary institutions, something came back to my mind that this movement, when it started as students wanting their black students wanting to get their space or to control their own space. Now we have students who are black consciousness. We go to tertiary institutions, people who talk pure black consciousness, and we don't exploit that avenue of the black consciousness movement. So my suggestion to the whole organizing and organizational strategy, we need to be actually positioning ourselves in talking to students who are black. You go to, for instance, I went to UWC. There was a book launch there. I went there and you will find that people from the Pan-Africanist Congress, they were ridiculing these black consciousness students. It's because these students, they don't know a political move. It's not Zasco, it's dead, and not like that. So we need, I'm suggesting that we need to form a black consciousness movement student organization as a matter of agency. Thanks, Paul.
So, notice parasite. That's a verb. It's a noun. I want a parasite. That's a parasite. Parasite. One of the things, just as a matter of fact, one of the things that killed our structures on campuses was when universities introduced money. Money is the thing that killed. Student organizations are funded on the basis of their numbers. That used never to be there before. Students there form their structures and they learn. But today, you get entitled to certain funds from the university itself as a student organization. And now we have the pyramid on its feet because we used to have, you need to be this size to get the money. Now you need the money to be this size. And I think that's what killed Azasco in our there's no shortage of people who are black conscious. But there's been something there. We'll talk about money. Money is something that we absolutely need, and money that's something that kills us as organizations. We'll talk about the and I just wanted to remember this thing about how Azasco died. It was when universities themselves started funding students, and money became the reason why.
I see similarities to what Dr. Comrade Lybon did then to what we are trying to do now. The only problem that beset us now is when they formed ASA, there were people who did not want to come with you in forming ASA, and you did not waste time to go and talk to those people, try to convince them to come and join ASA. Instead, you had your own programs and you continue with the job. I think that's what is holding us back now. In this that we are trying to do,
we're wasting our time trying to convince people to show them the importance of unity, when in fact we're supposed to be going into the communities, talking to the people, bringing them on board, showing them the importance of the Black consciousness movement as a united whole. I think those are the things that we need to talk about. Let's leave them, let's focus on our work, let's recruit more people and continue our programs. Point number 2, this issue of being relevant in your communities. In fact, it goes a long way. I want to make a few examples. That there was a time, I think Comrade Lybon maybe has forgotten, I can see it's getting old. There was a time when there was a big meeting community hall. Mabasa came and they chatted him away and said, look, I'm booking this hall. So we're locking the hall and when I'm talking Mabasa, the Mishima knows about there and you must go away to family. But because my comrade there's this tower who was the owner of this football club, Yalakoto, forgot the Free State Stars. Immediately, he issued them a big tent. It's now called Maki in today's language. There was a big tent which was erected. Even before Comrade Lybon could get into his car, they moved away from the hall, they got into that venue, and the meeting continued. Why? It's because they were relevant to the business people in those pockets of powers. Kovelkom, there was a guy called Musiako, the undertaker. Every time when we had problems, he would go to, when we got funerals, Musiako would pay Musiako, but when you have programs, Azabweko Free State was known by that bias column, because he would make it happen every time. I'm not sure whether he feared us or he liked us, but all the time, when we had activities, he would support. Now there's an issue which is going to be raised here, the issue of these Azam military veterans. We can still go to Musiako and find a way of working with Musiako, because when a veteran dies, the department forks out some 20,000, it gives them to DAV or to SAFAS to bury the company. Even if the family has got its own society with SAFAS or they would give them the money and they would bury. Now, we can use the same strategy. Come together, identify an undertaker who's us in the township, work with them, you say, when the comrade dies, this money must come to you, but at least take some, give some back to the family, and we would work with him. In that way, at least we have identified one person. When we've got problems of funding, we'll simply go to him because we're working with them at the same time. The whole family MCO was negotiated, was us, but we've lost them because now reducing the problem of wanting to convince people this what you are doing is relevant, and it's a sheer waste of time. That's my comment.
Okay, that was number 3. I imagined a 4 somewhere. Next time.
Oh, no, in fact, I should be following somebody.
No, go enough 4. They're leading somebody.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, leading. We will get a chance to just talk. We're talking about eating those who came late. Your lunch is here. Just don't finish it before lunch comes. Just start eating.
Having had all the input, I think from this meeting what should happen is that there should be a clear-cut distinguishing, discernible, and very, very distinct mechanism as to who we really are. I would just like to take the comments back to the then Patriotic Front of Zimbabwe. When ZANU-PF, each time within the Patriotic Front, each time it made broadcasts, each time it campaigned, each time it did whatever it did, it would say, ZANU-PF, the fighting component of the Patriotic Front. Why I am saying this, it is because, especially in these days, to say black. You've got Black Land First, you've got the Black Consciousness Azapo, you've got what and what not. So, from here, I think it should be clear-cut as to who we really are and what we stand for. And there should be no pussy-putting. In as much as Comrade the President Lybon said, okay, I was number 0001. But it should be made to the masses that the real Azako is the one that you people are not taking seriously. And it is about time. And by so saying, look, having done market research and all those things in my life, it would need really astute and very severe, if not brutal, branding. If not brutal branding, as to really who we are. So that champions should be seen from charlatans, the word that I got from Dr. Chaupen charlatan, and I never forgot that. As to really who we are. Because you come to think of it as a comrade Musala has said, if we keep on talking to ourselves, it won't work. But the bottom line is, let us be known for real who we really are.
So, that was the reason why we wanted that Congress. We wanted the Congress to be very specific, very distinct, to allow us not to be confused with anybody else. Our when we decided to have that. So keep that in mind, because it's not just a meeting. We thought that the meeting should be this one. Let's protect the Congress. That Congress is going to have to make South Africa talk and ask and come to this movement. Okay. That was Mieza who was speaking. You can tell when Mieza is speaking. Yeah. The young ones, you must take pens and paper and improve your English. When Mieza is speaking. Thank you very much, Towers. My proposal is that we should think about putting together a team of people out of this meeting whose particular focus on behalf of all of us would be organization and organizing. They give us ideas and develop a program on organizing. Because organizing is not postponable. You don't have to go to Congress to go and take a decision to organize. You have to organize as well. Daddy, I'm sure you saw I stole sequence from your thing. I think we should rather just finish that item. Daddy, what? Ourselves as a political organization. We're not a church. If people want to hear about the church, I'm here. I can help on that bit. We're not a society. And we are not friends. We are comrades in a political organization. And we need to begin to remember our identity as a political organization. Give us a vision. We'll have a discussion on that.
Empelele bengithi angizokhuluma namuhla ngoba ngifisa mamela ukukhuluma to shape this thing that we are forming. We are resuscitating a movement that exists. The fact that we are here, many of us spending so many years, it means this thing never died. The Black Consciousness Movement never died from 1967 up until now. Ngenhlanhla nabanye abekade bekhona mayiqala basekhona. But the idea, the ethos of Black Consciousness, that seed that was planted there in 1967 is a peak. But the problem is that we are not watering, as in say, we are not nurturing it. We gloat in being towers, not Kuruma Tower. And some people is what they look at, but umsana seshilo ba umsana ukuthi I was at the forefront of the formation, not with Seth Cooper. Seth Cooper came later. Ulan Wegling food. Orlando. There was SASO, South African Students Organization. And I'm going to mention a very important thing that we're going to call our students. When we started SASO, we identified the nub of the problem. The nub of the problem was, who is the agency? Who possesses the agency to change society? Is it everybody, as the Vararas were saying? We, the people. Is it a mass of well-intentioned people, abatanda, freedom, or is there a specific sector in society which has an interest, an abiding interest in changing society? And in a dialectical analysis, we said the responsibility for changing and creating a new society is the oppressed and exploited. It cannot be everybody, because not everybody has an interest in changing society. Therefore, that was the beginning of Black consciousness, when we identified who are the real agents of change. And we said it's the Black students. Within the universities, we said it was the Black students. And that's how Black consciousness started. That therefore, in order for them to do this, if we identify the agents of change to be Black students, because they are the oppressed and exploited, they need to be armed. They can't just wish it and for it to